Hi, good morning to one and all. Today in this lecture we will discuss about soldering, brazing and heat effect jutsu. Soldering and brazing is one of the type in welding. Here coming to soldering. Soldering is a process of joining two metals by using another low temperature metal alloy. Okay, here at the low temperature the material should be melted. At that types of materials we can join by using the soldering process method. Next, the metal used for the joining purpose is called solder. Solders are mainly divided into two categories, that is hard solder and soft solder. In a hard solder, the alloy of copper and zinc we are using. Next, in case of solder, alloy of tin and lead can be used. Okay. Next, coming to process. Here the surface to be joined or cleaned and are placed on each other both the surfaces. Next, a flux is employed to prevent the oxidation, like a zinc chloride is commonly used for this purpose. Next, the soldering iron is heated either by electrically or by some other external heat source. Okay. Next, then the hot end is dipped into the flux. Then the solder is pressed against the surface to be joined. Okay. Next, a joint is formed by melting the solder. Okay, observed in this diagram. Here it is the soldering iron. Next it is the solder wire. Next here copper board on the circuit board, copper material. Next it is the one workpiece and it is the another workpiece. These workpieces to be joined by using the soldering process. It is the circuit board. Suppose in TVs or in computers, monitors, radios, all these elements, electrical circuit boards, this to be joined by resistors or capacitors by using this process. Here lead from component, one component, and these and the copper pad on the board should be joined by using the soldering. It is the soldering wire, the same material. Okay. Next, coming to applications. There are different types of application, that is soldering is widely used for sheet metal work, radios, television work, for joining wires and cables. Okay. Next, coming to advantages. Here here the joining cost is low. Okay. Next, the equipment is ready, very simple and cheap. Next, good sealing in fabrication as compared to other process like riveting, spot welding and bolts. It is very easy to uh, join process. Next, it provides a positive electrical connection. Next, due to low operating temperature, the properties of the base metal cannot affected. Due to the effect of temperature, the properties of base metals cannot be changed. Okay. Next, coming to disadvantage. Here the joints formed are very weak. Okay. Coming to brazing process. Here the process of joining two base metal surfaces by heating and adding a non-ferrous alloy with melting point above 400 degrees is known as brazing process. In the same way, less than the 400 degrees is known as soldering process. Okay. Next, observe, it is the diagram of brazing process. It is the torch and it is the brazing rod. It is the base metals. Both base metals can be joined by supplying heat from the torch, adding a filler material. Here it is the brazing filler metal and torch tip and base metals and liquefied flux used to prevent the oxidation. Okay. It is about diagrammatic representation of brazing. Next, coming to process. Here the surface to be joined are cleaned from oil, dirt or oxide before the process should be short. The pot should be cleaned from the oil and dirt and oxides. Next, then both the surfaces are placed in joining position. The flux is sprinkled on or placed on it. Okay. Next, the heat is given to the surface in the filler material. Next, the molten filler metal flows to the surface to be joined. On cooling, brazing joint is formed. Okay. Next, The filler materials used are copper alloy, silver alloy, and aluminum alloys. Okay. Next, in brazing, the filler metal melts, but the surfaces to be joined remain unmelted. Okay. Next, coming to methods of brazing, that is gas torch brazing, furnace brazing, dip brazing, electrical brazing. Okay, these are the different types of brazing. In torch brazing, it is a commonly used process in which oxyacetylene torch is used. In oxyacetylene torch, where heat is provided by using the gas, that is mixing of oxygen and acetylene in a proper ratio. Next, furnace brazing. The surfaces to be joined or placed in a furnace already heat. Okay, suppose electrical furnace, there are different types of furnaces are there. Next, dip brazing. The surface to be joined or dipped in the molten filler material. Okay. Next, electrical brazing. In electrical brazing, heat is produced by resistance or induction heating. Okay, they are based on this heat energy. There are different methods of brazing will be. Okay. Next, coming to applications of brazing. Brazing mainly used for electrical items, radiators, heat exchangers, pipes and pipe fittings, tool tips. Okay, these are the different applications. Next, coming to advantages, that is it is useful for joining dissimilar metals. Next, thin section can be easily joined. Good finish is obtained on joint. Next, less skill is required. Cost of operation is less as compared to the other welding process. Okay, these are the different advantages. Next, coming to disadvantages, low strength. Next, not applicable to for hardened steel and aluminum alloys. Okay. Next, coming to difference between soldering and brazing. The first one is, here the filler material has the melting point above 400 degrees is known as brazing process. Next, the filler metal has the melting point below the 400 degrees centigrade is known as soldering. Next, coming to second one, more stable joints can be made by using the brazing process. Here, less stable joints can be made. That is, the strength of joint is more in brazing and less in soldering. Next, high pressure and temperatures do not affect the joint. Okay. Next, joints are affected by high temperature and pressure. The joint is affected. Next, equipment cost is more here, and coming to equipment cost is low. Okay, these are the main difference between brazing and forging. Next, coming to heat affected zone. Here, the heat affected zone refers to a non-melted area of metal that has experienced change in its material properties as a result of exposure to high temperature. Next, the alterations of material properties are usually a result of welding, high heating cutting procedures. Okay. Next, the heat affected zone is identified as the area the weld or cut in the base metal. Okay, due to the welding or cutting action of the material, the heat will be developed in the material. Due to this, the properties of the material will change. Okay. Next, these areas can be vary in size and severity depending on the properties of materials involved. Okay. Next, the intensity and concentration of heat and the process employed. Okay. Next, it is the diagrammatic representation of heat affected zone. Here, first maximum temperature occur at the where the point to be weighed. Next, after that, solidification of weld metal takes place at the junction. Next, solid liquid boundary. Next, grain growth zone, recrystallized zone. Next, partially transformation zone, tempered zone. Next, unaffected base materials. From this point to this point, here the temperature will continuously reduce from at the melting point. It is the melting point to ending point. These are the different zones in the heat affected zone. Here maximum temperature and it is the minimum temperature. From this point to this point, here the temperature will be the temperature will be gradually decrease. Okay, next it is another diagrammatic representation, that is from this point to this point is known as weld affected area, and from this point to this point is heat affected zone, that is it is the base material. Next it is the fine grained heat affected zone. Suppose here temperature will be more compared to this area, and here coarse grain heat effect zone, here the temperature is more compared to here. Next here penetration zone, that is the base metal and weld material both should be penetrated and the joint is formed, and next middle weld material, it is a weld material. Like this the heat affected zone from this point to this point is formed. Okay, next what are the different causes of heat affected zone? During welding operations, the heat affected zone may range from small to large depending on the rate of heat input. That is, suppose in case of soldering, the heat affected zone is very less. In case of TIG welding or plasma arc welding, the heat effect zone is very high compared to these. And based on the type of base metal, it will change, and material properties. All these characteristics of the material, it will change the severity of heat affected zone in the material. Next, welding process with high rates of heat input, that is fast heating and has fast cooler rate compared to the welding process with low rates of heat input, that is slow heating, and thus have a similar heat effect zones. Next, conversely, a process at lower rates of heat input will give large heat affected zones. Suppose the size of the heat affected zones also increases at the speed of the welding process decreases. Whenever the speed of the welding process decreases, the heat affected zones also increases. Okay, because more time we are supplying heat at that point. For that case, the heat affected zones will be increased. Next, suppose heat affected zone problems can be mitigated by performing a pre and post weld heat treatment. Before or after the welding, we have to do some heat treatment to the material. Next, weld geometry also plays a role in the size of heat affected zone. Next, effect of heat affected zones, that is because the heat affected zones experience sufficient heat for a long enough period of time, the layer undergoes microstructure and property change that differs from the parent material. Okay, next, these property changes are usually undesirable and ultimately severe as the weakest part of the component. Suppose the properties of the material can be changed at that heat affected zone point, that is weakest part of the component. Next, for example, the microstructural changes can lead to residual stresses, reduced material strength, increased brittleness, and decreased resistance to corrosion or cracking. Next, as a result, many failures occur in the heat effect zone. Okay, it is about soldering, brazing. Next, heat effect zones. Okay, here the main difference we seen in between the soldering and brazing is the effect, the temperature range, that is suppose if below the 400 degrees is known as soldering process, above the 400 degrees centigrade is known as soldering process. Okay, one of the main. Next, the strength of the soldering joint is less compared to the brazing joint. Here for thicker materials the brazing process is used, and it is also for dissimilar metals we can join easily by using the brazing joints. Next, it is mainly used in for alteration purpose, for suppose if any part damages, it can be done by using the brazing joint. The soldering purpose is mainly to join electrical purpose, that is circuit boards, televisions, radios, and all this where we have to use the circuit boards. At that all areas we are using soldering process. Here it is mainly used in electrical applications. Okay, it is about soldering, brazing and heat effect zones. The heat affected zones is mainly uh, depend on the type of material we are using, and how much temperature we are supplying, and uh, based on the type of filler material and type of welding. All these conditions will be depend upon the heat affected zones. Suppose we have to, in some cases we have to heat treatment the base material before the welding process, or in some cases after the welding we do the heat treatment for the base materials, uh, because due to the heat effect the material properties in the material will change. Due to this, at the joint area the properties will be changed, means the strength will be in some cases reduced, in some cases increased. Okay, to prevent these conditions we have to take care about the temperature and selection of materials and heat treatment process. Okay, thank you.